What's up, you guys? Today we are going to have another episode of, well, I don't know yet, our car story thingy. I have no clue what we are going to call that series, but, well, car stories. And the guy we are going to talk to today is, well, he don't own a car, but he will share us a little story. So let's go into my sport car Audi here. Well, we are here. Before you meet the guy we are going to talk with, or well, he is going to talk to you, he wants to show me something in here, and excuse me for the quality because it's a little bit dark in here, but this place here is like an apocalypse. So, well, first thing I saw when I come to this place was, well, everything is destroyed. Feels like we are in, well, Chernobyl or something. The main reason we are here is to, well, we are going to talk to a well-known guy in Sweden here. Or, well, at least in, well, political matters. But, well, we are not going to talk anything about political shit. Because we are going to talk about cars, dreams, and stories, car stories. Well, from what I know, you have this Alfa Romeo here, and it's kind of special for you.
It is. I built this car about 12 years ago, and it was my first, well, genuine car build. And what made it special for me was, besides the blood, sweat and tears, it made a special bond between me and my son, who was at that time only 5 years old. So I can just do a quick rundown on it. It is a Alfa Romeo GTV 916 2-liter turbo engine from 1996, and when I bought this car, it was completely original. And well, to be honest, I got screwed over. So when we started investigating all the different faults of the car, we found out that the car had been crashed. It was put together with Loctite in the engine, and we had to do a complete motor renovation. At that time, I also rebuilt the outer side of the car with a Ferrari Modena, well, front bumper, rear bumper, side skirts, and also had a very close friend of mine help me do a little of the paintwork with the flames. And well, I sold the car after completion, and this is something that I regretted for many years afterwards. And well, in April this year, an old friend of mine, called me and said, "Your Alfa's out on Blocket," which is the Swedish equivalent to, for example, Craigslist, or, well, it's just a big internet site here. So he called me and said, "Your Alfa's out on Blocket." So I went in, I saw it, and I wrote to the guy who has it, or had it. It shows that after a few times where we spoke to each other, and that he had an acquaintance with my father from the 70s, when my father was one of the first people here in Sweden to start importing American muscle cars and selling them. So the guy that owned the Alfa, he had bought a muscle car from my dad when he was 16. And this muscle car was his first love. He rebuilt the whole engine and sold it also, which he also regretted. He found it 20 years later and bought it back. And so when he understood who I was and what this car meant for me, he just said, of course, you have to have it back. So, well, I got the car back very favorable, and now it's standing here waiting for me to continue. So that's about all. That's the story behind the car. When it comes to the bonding between a father and a son, my son, he loved this car. He's 17 years old today. And, well, he was more happy than I when I found it. So it's got a strong affectional value for me.
Well, thank you for sharing that story. It's not a story that everyone can tell because, well, not everyone have built a car and, yeah. So thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you told me a little bit of your, well, future plans, and unfortunately we didn't record. So please repeat.
Sure. Well, this is version 1.0. And, well, it's been about 12, 13 years ago. So it's time to do 2.0, which is widen out in the back. And then the rear ramp here, I'm going to change out the lights and put in a Ferrari lights here and give it a little more of an Italian touch than it has today, because right now it feels a little, well, it looks like a piece of cheese. And I don't know how usual this is, but come on. I'm building a workshop just to be able to do this kind of stuff with my cars. So right now, I'm doing the finishing touch on my spray booth. And hopefully, within a few weeks, I can start painting again, because I haven't been able to paint for about 6-7 months now. The paint booth is done completely by recycled material, except for the drywalling. That's new, but besides that, everything is recycled. And it has taken quite some time. I think about 4 months now. So when we came in here, it was just completely empty. And as you can see, I've already started to get some friends and cars that want to come in and have their cars done. So over here we have a old Porsche 928S, which is in astonishing condition. The interior is awesome, and well, this is just a regular, well, makeover. And then we have this Corvette, which is also a makeover job, which means just a regular paint job, nothing special. But this color, it's called Velocity Yellow. And obviously you're supposed to tint the clear coat, which I find interesting. So keep your eyes up.
Well, that was a pretty cool story, and if you like more car stories and, well, hopes and dreams and etc., well, press the subscribe button and leave a thumb up, and we will see each other in the next one. So thank you for watching, and drive safe.